Jamie Oliver is one of the most iconic chefs in the world, and for the next 24 hours, I'm only going to cook his recipes. First question, why would a reasonable human being do that? Two reasons. Firstly, over the last couple of years, I've forgotten how to cook. Dinner for me these days is usually half a pack of rice cakes and a tub of cottage cheese, which is not an adult way of living your life. Secondly, Jamie Oliver is a national hero, depending on who you ask. He's got 5 weirdly named kids, destroyed turkey Twizzlers in school canteens, and has 28 cookbooks listed on his website. And one of those books, Ministry of Food, states that anybody can learn to cook in just 24 hours. Jamie, those are fighting words. So let's see if it's true. My idea was to make breakfast, lunch and dinner using recipes of increasing difficulty. Jamie has a 3-tier difficulty system. Super easy, not too tricky, and showing off. I developed my own rating system to decide if I agreed with Jamie's assessment. Piece of piss, bish bash bosh, and fucking nightmare. Having ramped up the difficulty, I would finish with the biggest challenge of all, copying one of Jamie's famous 15-minute meals in exactly 15 minutes. Apron donned and spatula arm warmed up, I was ready to cook. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for breakfast with Jamie Oliver. I'm going to be making quervos rancheros. Sounds pretty nice, to be honest. I'll just show you what's on my screen at the moment. That's a car. Whenever you click on anything on Jamie Oliver's website, it's like it's trying to give you like porn pop-ups or something. Just adverts. I know he's in financial distress at the moment, but sweet mother of Christ, Jamie. I'm gonna cook the quervos rancheros and then I'm gonna report on the nutrition, the cost, and the difficulty of the recipe. Let's go. While I was cooking my food, I started thinking about Jamie Oliver's kids.
Oh God, no, he's in the Epstein files.
More they're really weird names, to be honest with you. Also, take a look at this absolutely massive garlic clove I found. Look at the size of that. I'll list them in order of appearance on planet Earth, I guess. Poppy, Daisy, Petal, Buddy, and River. Jamie Oliver has given his kids like 3 names each, and I just got one really boring name. Yes, that's my Christian name. While I was thinking about the difficulty of living your life with a name like River Rocket Blue Dallas, it got me thinking about the difficulty of cooking for yourself while you work a full-time job. I think cooking takes a real backseat when you're doing a 9-to-5 job, which means that you end up with a lot of moments like this. To be honest, the standards are actually so low that I could probably just eat that as it is. So I think it's really important for people like Jamie Oliver to exist in the world because they show people that not only can they cook, but it's actually quite easy to cook and in a short amount of time as well. Saying that as I shiv a can of tomatoes to death because I've lost my can opener doesn't really prove my point, but nonetheless, it still stands. These recipes are really good because they're not all active cooking time, so while the tomatoes were stewing, I had a moment to read my book about Barack Obama. There's 3 full chapters devoted to whether Barack Obama or Jamie Oliver would win in a one-on-one fight. I was surprised to find that there's only 1 chapter devoted to whether Jules Oliver and Michelle Obama would form a lesbian throuple with Melania Trump. It was time to get the eggs in the pan, and probably the hardest part about this recipe was forming the wells for the eggs to go in. That bell in the background is my fight or flight alarm. I was about to spend 7 agonizing minutes praying at the altar of Oliver for these eggs to come out correctly. Jamie's recipe doesn't tackle what you should do if you get salmonella from undercooked eggs, so I'm gonna have to go it alone if that happens to me. After being greeted by a face full of steam and some sort of cooked looking eggs, I decided it was time to plate up.
Coming to the pass. 86, the tomato. Service.
And other such phrases I'd heard on the television ran through my head as I dished up my food. I was just happy I wasn't trying to impress Gordon Ramsay. He would crush my head between his hands. Need some cutlery. Got no clean spoons. Here we are. Camera's about to die, food's gone cold. Let's do sauce first. It's got a nice bit of spice to it. It's fairly nicely seasoned. I love all the vegetables in it, that's giving it nice texture. Yummy scrummy. Those eggs are pretty nice. Yup. That's a wrap. It's a good amount of food, you know? I'm a big guy. I need a lot of food to feel satisfied. I'm literally licking my fingers. Moving on to the nutrition. So this specific portion, 3 eggs, the sauce, and 1 wrap. That's 752 calories, 41 grams of protein, which not bad. I buy jumbo eggs because I'm a jumbo boy. Carbs, 79 grams, fat, 29 grams. In total, this dish, the entire thing cost me $7.68, which, according to AUD to GBP today, is £4. Jamie rates the difficulty of making this dish as super easy, which, other than it taking me 45 minutes to find my can opener, which I never found, I'd have to concur. It was pretty easy. It gets a piece of piss rating from me. Okay, I'm gonna finish this off, and then we're gonna move on to our second dish of the day. It's lunchtime. I've decided to up the ante a little bit and do a Greek-style salad, quinoa salad bomb. I was drawn to it because it looks fucking mental, to be honest with you. Also, don't know why he's called it a Greek-style quinoa salad bomb. That's gonna get him on Interpol's most wanted list. This has so many pockets. Look at that, that's so cool. If you don't know Jamie Oliver from his cookbooks and his TV shows, then you might know him from his restaurant chain, Jamie's Italian. Or should I say ex-restaurant chain? Because in 2019, 22 out of his 25 UK outlets entered administration and resulted in 1,000 jobs being slashed. When he was asked how it happened, Jamie said, "We had simply run out of cash." In addition to this, in an interview with The Standard, Jamie Oliver claimed that his restaurant chains closed down because he is conceptually thick and struggled to understand maths. Since his restaurant chain collapsed in 2019, it's been 6 years and Jamie's released 8 cookbooks. I don't think this is a coincidence, but what I am confused about is since 2022, Jamie stopped putting his face on the front covers of the books. That being said, he does appear to have forgotten how to smile, judging by the promo shots on his website for all of the books. Anyway, this is me breaking down into laughter listening to Conan O'Brien and Will Arnett on Conan's podcast. To be honest, I don't think this recipe is actually that hard. You're basically just making some quinoa and a Greek salad. The main point of difficulty is putting all of the food into a bowl so that you can refrigerate it and then turn it out into the bomb shape as a showstopper for your guests or something. I realised that halfway through making this recipe that this is my Oppenheimer moment. And then it suddenly made sense that the quote, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," is a famous quote by Jamie Oliver. I believe he screamed this into J.K. Rowling's face as he tried to overtake her as the best-selling British author of all time. I mixed some of my breakfast sauce with a little bit of the salad. That's fine, because I was very hungry and I needed the energy to create my show-stopping bomb. A counter-terrorism unit was called to my house just in time to see the result. They laughed in my face and called me a pussy. Jamie, bro, I get it. I think I might be conceptually thick too. By the way, what's it like having a full name that's 2 first names? It's completely failed, unfortunately. Nonetheless, let's give it a taste. It may look like shit, but it doesn't taste like shit. The bomb is that this has bombed. I think if you cover that in salt, smash it down, I'd call that a win. The facts. This is 548 calories, 23.9 grams of protein, 55.3 grams of carb, 25.9 grams of fat. The macros aren't great, Jamie. In total, this cost me $6.08, which roughly translates into £3.17. Jamie says it's medium difficulty, not too tricky. Quite frankly, I'd agree with it. It's difficulty level 2. I wouldn't say it's not a piece of piss, because I mean, look at it. Bish bash bosh. To create this, I think we're calling this one a bit of a failure. As I finished off my lunch, I prepared myself for the hardest challenge of the day, the 15-minute meal. The rules of the challenge are as such. I will put a stopwatch on. When it goes off, I have to stop cooking, just all instruments down. I'm going to begin the challenge with a pot of water bubbling, as Jamie suggests. My ingredients over there laid out on the bench. I'm going to make gnocchi. It's sausage and fennel gnocchi with a green bean and kale side salad. I'm genuinely actually quite concerned about it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. I'm really not confident in myself. But the time that's bubbling, all of the ingredients are laid out. I think we're ready to go. 15 minutes on my timer. How do I start it? Oh, it's up here. Go. Ha! Okay. Broccoli needs to go in first. I'm actually already quite stressed. From the moment the timer started, I think I immediately understood how any contestant on a cooking program feels. What do I need to do with these? Every erroneous moment became increasingly more stressful. There's cardboard in my broccoli. You need to be incredibly good at multitasking, which, to be honest, I'm not. I'm dropping broccoli all over the place. One thing I will say is that I was sort of panically talking the entire way through making this recipe just for the sake of describing what I was doing. I think it's a really impressive skill to be able to talk and cook at the same time. And I guess when a TV chef is making a meal, they're sort of telling the story of the recipe, as it were, but nonetheless, when I was trying to do it, I sounded like a complete fuckwit. Stuff already sticking to the bottom, which is pretty upsetting. One thing I will say is that from looking online, people absolutely hate that these are called 15-minute meals. Just gone 11 minutes. And yeah, it is kind of hyperbolic, but to be honest, some of them are going to take you less time, some of them are going to take you more time. A book called 23-minute, 18-second meals isn't going to do particularly well on the shelves. The harder things about this challenge as well was being a one-man camera. The shots, the lighting, all of it. Oh my God, just terrible. I think I realised halfway through as well that the 15 minutes includes plating, so it was never going to be a particularly pretty meal. Now we've got to add some of the sugar to this now that it's a bit cooked. Whoa, whoa, oh God! It's going oh God, my hands! Jamie, you never said this was going to be dangerous, buddy. The meals started coming together and it looked like things were going to be okay, but then I saw the time. This looks like it's going to be okay. We are on, however, are we on 5 minutes 52. I think this is going to be way tighter than I thought it was. One thing this challenge made me realise is that whenever I don't want to cook in the evening after I've had a big day, it's less about the time that it's going to take to get the meal on the table and kind of more just about laziness. Because at this point, it's been 10 minutes and I have actually fully made the pasta. It's not going to be the most beautiful, most delicious thing in the whole world, but it will provide me with nourishment that I need as a human to continue living. I don't want to be overconfident, but I think we might be able to make this. What's more, thinking about Jamie Oliver the entire time nourished my soul. And with Jamie in my heart and my soul, I started to see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's pretty yummy. The pasta was basically done and I was ready to serve, but there was only 3 minutes left on the clock. I'm gonna actually bring you down here if it's possible. There was simply no way to make it look good. Let's bring this in here. That's fine. The last thing I had to contend with was the salad. I'm actually starting to think that maybe some of the broccoli was for the salad. Nonetheless, we all make mistakes. With only a handful of seconds left on the clock, I turned my eye to seasoning this terrible, terrible meal. Oh. That's pretty... Okay. That's aggravating. Okay, we got the gnocchi there. Got the green beans over here. Okay. I'm quite impressed that worked, to be honest with you. That's actually pretty good. The fennel seeds are really bringing something to the party. It's almost kind of sweet. I'm not displeased. The kale's quite chewy. And it's doing that thing where it goes down my throat a little bit and makes me gag. Ooh, misses. 702 calories for quite a large portion of food. Protein, 48.1 grams. Carbs, 89.8. Fat, 22.9. That's not bad. This dish cost me $8.45. In pounds, that is £4.37, which is all right. If I bought this in a restaurant, I'd complain. On the site, this is listed as not too tricky, Jamie's medium difficulty. I would agree it's not too tricky, medium difficulty, if I wasn't under the 15-minute time constraint. The 15-minute time constraint ups the difficulty level of this to fucking nightmare. I think this is the end of the video. I'm going to finish off this meal. Thank you very much to Jamie Oliver, who will be knocking on my door and making me eat a face full of concrete. If anybody is still here, like and subscribe. Oh God, helps keep the lights on. And I shall see you in the next video.